There are seasons in life when everything feels unstable at once. Your plans fall apart. Things you were counting on disappear. People you trusted let you down. And no matter how hard you try to think positively or stay motivated, the ground just keeps shifting beneath you. If you are in one of those seasons right now, here is what you need to hear. The problem is not that your life is out of control. That is just life. The problem is that nobody taught you how to build an inner state that does not depend on outer circumstances. An unshakable mindset is not something you are born with. It is something you build. Here are 6 practices that build it. Practice 1. Separate what you can control from what you cannot. The ancient Stoics built entire philosophies around this single distinction, and modern psychology keeps arriving at the same conclusion. Most of the suffering that comes from chaotic circumstances is not from the circumstances themselves. It is from spending your energy on things you cannot influence. Every morning, ask yourself 2 questions. What is inside my control today? And what is outside it? Write it down if you have to. Your actions, your responses, your effort, your attitude, these are yours. Other people's behavior, the economy, the weather, what has already happened, these are not. The moment you stop spending energy on the second list, you have more of it for the first. And that is where your power actually lives. Practice 2. Stop trying to feel positive. Start trying to feel stable. Positive thinking fails under real pressure because it asks you to feel something you do not feel. Stability does not ask that. Stability just asks you to stay grounded. Not happy, not optimistic. Just here, just functioning. Just choosing the next right action, even when you cannot see further than that. When life feels out of control, the goal is not to convince yourself everything is fine. The goal is to find your footing and take one step, then another. Stability is quieter than positivity, and it is far more durable. Practice 3. Build a non-negotiable daily anchor. An anchor is one small, consistent action that belongs entirely to you regardless of what the day brings. It could be a 10-minute walk, a single page of writing, 5 minutes of stillness before your phone. It does not matter what it is. What matters is that you do it every single day without exception. When everything around you is changing, the anchor stays the same. And the brain reads that consistency is safety. Over time, the anchor becomes the thing you return to when everything else becomes uncertain. It is the evidence your nervous system needs that you are still in control of something that matters. Practice 4. Reframe difficulty as data, not as disaster. When something goes wrong, your brain immediately begins narrating what it means. And that narration is almost always catastrophic. He did not respond, which means the relationship is over. I made a mistake, which means I am failing. The project fell apart, which means I am not capable. None of those conclusions are facts. They are interpretations. And you get to choose a different one. Ask yourself what this difficulty is showing you rather than what it is proving about you. Hard things are information. They reveal what needs adjusting, what needs strengthening, what was never as solid as you thought. Data is useful. Disaster is just a story. Practice 5. Stop narrating worst-case scenarios. Your brain is a prediction machine. It is constantly running simulations of what might happen next. And when you are stressed, those simulations default to the worst possible outcome. You do not do this consciously. But every time you replay the catastrophic version of events, you are training your brain to see that version as real. Notice when you are narrating worst cases, not to suppress them, but to interrupt them. Ask what is the most realistic outcome rather than the most frightening one. You are not trying to be blindly optimistic. You are trying to stop feeding a story that is making the present harder than it needs to be. Practice 6. Protect your inputs. What you consume shapes the lens through which you see everything. The news you read in the morning, the conversations you have, the social media you scroll through before bed. None of these are neutral. They are all inputs that your brain uses to construct its model of what the world is like and what is possible for you within it. You cannot build a stable inner state while constantly flooding it with instability from outside. This is not about avoiding reality. It is about being deliberate with what you allow to shape your reality. Choose your inputs the way you would choose what to eat. Not perfectly, but intentionally. Here is the final thoughts. 6 practices. Know what you control. Choose stability over positivity. Build your daily anchor. Treat difficulty as data. Stop the worst-case narration. Protect your inputs. Unshakable does not mean unmoved. It does not mean nothing gets to you. It means you return to yourself faster each time something does. It means the storms pass through you without uprooting you. That is the goal. not a life without difficulty. A self that difficulty cannot destroy. Start with one of these today. Just one. If this video gave you something useful, hit that like button and drop a comment telling me which practice you are starting with. Subscribe for more content that helps you build a life worth living. This is your time. Let's start from low.